Good morning, world changers. It's day 18 of the 100 Days of Self-Discovery Challenge. As you know by now, every day I pose a thought-provoking question and I share my own reflections on that question, and I invite you to do the same by sharing them here in the comments below, taking a photograph of your journal entry, or you can post a video like this. You can also join our Change Your World personal development group, which is on Facebook and is a completely closed and private group if you'd rather share your comments in there. And that's full of like-minded individuals all working hard on themselves to live life better, live with health and happiness. And that's what this challenge is all about, is helping us get to know ourselves better so that we can start understanding what might be holding us back, what our fears, doubts, concerns, worries are, and look at our dreams, desires, goals and intentions, and just work out where we're going and map out a plan to start creating the life that we really want to live, and like I said, live life better. So today's question is, what do you actually want for your life? Now, this question was asked to me 10 years ago in my very first session with Alistair, the life coach I've worked with. And when he asked me this, I literally was just like, I don't know. Nobody had ever asked me this question before. I'd never stopped to think what I actually wanted for my life. I just went through the motions of going to school, going into further education, getting a job, getting in a relationship, getting a house, getting a car, and just doing what everybody in society was doing. And I gave no foresight into, is this what I actually want? Is this making me happy? Is it making me healthy? What is this? So when he asked me this question, I immediately was like, I don't know. And then I did respond and said, I just want to be happy, because at that moment in my life, I was utterly miserable. I'd done everything that was society expected of me, and I still wasn't happy. I was in lots of debt. I was in a miserable relationship. I wasn't, my health, certainly, I had some health issues. I was overweight. My diet was shocking, so my energy levels were shocking. And yeah, I just wasn't thriving in any shape or form. So I, started the life coaching, and, this has been 10 years of work for me that I have been working on each area of my life to improve it and start creating what I actually want from life, and ditching all the things that make me unhappy, don't serve me and don't serve the world. And so that's, it's been 10 years of continual development to I've got to a place where I'm the happiest I've ever been in my entire life. And I genuinely say that, hand on heart, I have never felt this happy. And that's why, again, I keep saying this, why I'm so passionate about self-improvement, personal development. And I know a lot of people hate that word because it just seems like happy, clappy American shite. But if you take away the association you have with the word personal development and just think about living life better, then that starts to have different connotations. So here we are. Again, the question is, what do you actually want for your life? So, like I said, I have literally changed every aspect of my life. I have improved my diet. I've changed my job. Set up my own business, obviously. I have ditched certain people in my life that were extremely toxic. I've improved my health. I'm healthy, completely healthy. I don't have, touch wood, I don't have anything wrong with me, and I'm very grateful for that. Money, I don't have an abundance of money, but I don't have the money worries that I used to have, and that's massive. And I'm very fortunate that I have a roof over my head, I've got food on the table, and all the rest. I've got good friends as well. That's another aspect. So that was all the kind of, not surface stuff, but that was all the kind of practical elements that I wanted to change in my life, or what I wanted from life. But ultimately, my absolute goal is always to be healthy and happy. So I'm always kind of reflecting and going, and what I'm doing, and say, is this bringing me joy? Is this making me happy? Is it making me healthy? And there's been days when I set up Change Your World where I was working insane hours, and my health regime was going right out the window, and I was like, okay, this has got to change. This is not right. However, I recognise that life does get out of balance times, because sometimes it has to get out of balance for the creative chaos to come in, for you to realise what's right and what's wrong, and what's serving you and what's not serving you. And I realised that this is all just learning along the way. And it was necessary in the beginning when I was still working full time and I was setting up Change Your World. I had to do what was necessary, but I recognised I didn't let it go too far to my health was completely deteriorating, or not even completely, just beginning to deteriorate. So I want my life to have meaning and purpose. And, while it had some elements of meaning and purpose before, it was always meaningful and purposeful to be a good friend, a good family member, a good sister to my siblings, to have purpose in that respect. And even my job as a radio producer, I always wanted to make a difference and make a difference to somebody's life with some of the content that I put out, and hope that it would inspire them, or inform them or educate them. But it got to a stage where I wanted that to be a bigger. Once I'd kind of got my foundation sorted, I use that term loosely because it's always work in progress, but I'd got to a good level of where I got myself sorted. It then meant I was in a position where I could then start helping others, serving the world, and really live a life with more meaning and more purpose. And that is why I set up Change Your World, because I do want to empower people to live life better. It's as simple as that. Because when we live life better, we make better, we think better, we make better choices. When we make better choices, we get better results, and then that's when our world starts to change, and we organically change the world for the better in the process. On a personal level, I would love to travel more. I mean, I've done a lot. I've been very fortunate. I've done a lot of travelling already, but that's been put on hold while I'm building Change Your World. But I'm creating a life where travel will be very much encompassed into what I do. So I don't see work and professional and personal life as separate. I just see my whole life as one, and I'm creating a holistic approach to it all, where I'm happy in all areas, and it's not like I'm going on holiday to escape my work and all this kind of stuff. I just see my whole life as one happy, healthy entity, and both should be in alignment with each other. Obviously I want to be financially free and have no money worries. That's a totally blessed position to be in, but my reason for doing that is that I know money gives you choices, and it gives you the opportunity to help others, and that's what I want to do with money. I'm not interested in material things. I am interested in the good that I can do. What difference can I make if I am in a luxurious financial position? And just ultimately, I want a life that is in keeping with my core values, and a life that's living true to myself. And this came from a book that I read just a couple of years ago called Dying to Be Me by Anita Moorjani. Highly recommend you read this book. It's an incredible story. But what I took away from that story is that she's talking all about how she spent her whole life people-pleasing, trying to fit into different cultures, and trying to fit into societal expectations. And it was only when she started showing up, being true to what was true to her core values, then that's when life started turning around for her. And that's the same with me. My development, I've been working out what my core values are, and I've been living in accordance to them. And when I do, life just becomes so much more simpler and just flows. And it's when I go against myself and my core values that life starts getting icky, complicated, and drama comes in and what have you. And, you know, it's like a kind of wake-up call. Come on, get back to your true self. So, and I remember reading this one quote. I don't actually know if it was in that book I've just mentioned, but it just simply said, life is a test and we only pass it when we are true to ourselves. And that quote has stuck with me, and it totally kind of blew me away, and thought, if I don't do anything other than just live true to myself, I will live a life well lived. So that is my reflections for today. I hope you've enjoyed. Please, if you enjoyed this post, please share it with your networks and share it on social media. If you think somebody else would enjoy taking part in this 100 Days of Self-Discovery Challenge, then please let them know about it. The more people we can spread the word and help them to be empowered and live life better, the better for all of us. So, loved you all, take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.